It's been so long. You look exactly the same.
And so do you.
Thank you, darling. It's the
Yes.
Botox. I'm just serious.
I'm just serious, right? Okay,
That's
so
all.
I want you to go this way with me.
Okay, go sideways.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it okay to light my?
So I haven't seen you, I think, in, I don't know, 10 years maybe? If
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, because I left LA at the end of 2008. And I came back at the beginning of in 2009 for like a month or two, and then I moved here officially after that. Yeah.
Okay.
So.
And let's back up, because you're multi-talented, because if there are people that are on here who don't know what you do, you dance, and you are super talented in TV, film, commercial, but also stage, which is what I think you're doing the majority of now, right?
Yeah. Well, so I started as a dancer. I always choreographed, and then it kind of progressed into like creative directing also as well here. But mostly in Greece. Basically, Athens is kind of like Vegas in that the whole city is full of like venues, huge club venues that have live shows like back before the crisis in 2008, every night there would be like 10 or 15 pop stars that would do shows, and people would go every night till like 5 in the morning. We don't even go on the stage until 12 o'clock at night here. The Greeks like to party. Okay. So, but now it's basically like every Friday and Saturday, I'll have like 3 or 4 artists that are doing live shows at like different venues all over the city, and they're seasonal. So like basically I'll set up like 2 or 3 shows every October, and they'll run till Easter. And then we'll set up the summer shows that run like from May until August. So I'm constantly creating new live shows. Yeah.
And is it with the group? Because you have a group, right?
Yeah. So after about 4 or 5 years working here, I started to work a lot with the same people and started training the same people. So I created this company called the Dance Cartel, which is basically like, it houses 35. I have about 35 or 40 dancers. Sorry, I keep getting messages. I don't know I'm not good at the live thing. And so basically I kind of work, they don't have dance agents in Greece, which is a shame. And so all the dancers are kind of on their own, like just, trying to book jobs. So the cartel kind of works as like a family, not really an agency, but kind of an agency, in that I provide the dancers as well as the entertainment for the shows, as for choreography or concepts and things like that.
Right.
If it makes sense.
I know that we've been in from quarantine
Hair's crazy
here, so like check the hair,
Are y'all still? I know I can't. I can't see myself. So wait, are y'all still in quarantine there? Because I don't know what's happening. I know you have curfew, right? Or are you still? Is that happening?
I don't know what the curfew is today, if there is one, but I do know that we've been in a quarantine situation. But now we're in about phase 3-ish, I think. So this week, I think movie theaters are supposed to open at reduced capacity, like that. So.
Yeah. Our quarantine was insane here. I don't know if it got to this level there. Maybe do you mind if I tell you what happened? So I was in the middle of, actually, Maluma was coming here and was doing a couple concerts with one of the artists that I choreographed for. So I was in the process of preparing this 25-minute show for the opening for Maluma. And I was also in the process of choreographing a film that we were shooting. And all of a sudden, they just like locked us all down, and they shut everything down. And we were to the point where we couldn't leave the house without like sending a message on the phone to a government system. And the government like monitored us. Like if we left, we could only go to the doctor or the pharmacy or to walk the dog. And we had to put the number that associated with each one of those activities. And if the police caught us outside, there's police everywhere. And if they caught us outside without sending the message or without our ID, we were like fined €400, and they could take you to jail. It was crazy. For like a month, it's full on control of the masses. It was wild. Now we're out. Now we're moving. So
because I see you dancing on Instagram, and I don't know. I'm like, where is she? Because you're like on like a pier or somewhere, like you're filming out there where there's water, open water.
Yeah. Well, look, do you want me to take you to see my view? Because I live kind of on the sea. Okay, wait. And also, see why I'm moving like this is because my dog is here. Can you see her? There she is. This is Annex. Say hi. All right. So I can turn it around. Yes. All right. I'm going to walk. Oh, this is my like house studio situation. Give you the tour. So I'm going outside to my balcony, and this is my view from my balcony.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so that where you see me like shooting videos, I discovered that I have like an amazing terrace on the roof of my building.
Yeah.
And just like it has a view of the whole sea and like the street that I live on. It's kind of like a PCH type of situation if you want to compare it to something. Yeah.
I'm hoping having a beachfront property.
Yeah, it's very nice. I'm very blessed to be. I mean, it's probably the best place to be in lockdown if you're locked down. So
right, exactly.
Cool.
Well,
Yeah.
so okay, so tell me about because I see you dancing online, and I know that.
Yeah.
But what a lot of what we're talking about in just the level up conversations is how people are staying connected. So you have a whole audience of people because they're all coming in right now saying hi.
Amazing. I love it. I don't know where to look at the camera, at myself, at the comments. What's happening? Hi guys, welcome.
And so how do you feel like you best stay connected with people? Because we've all been inside, but you've been dancing online, providing one, entertainment, two, education, instruction.
I'm trying.
So are you like, is Instagram Live like your thing? Is it Zoom? Is it Facebook Live or YouTube? Like, what is your jam?
So what we did through the quarantine, because when it hit us, we were all kind of shocked and we didn't really know how to respond. So the way that I stayed kind of in touch with my people here in Greece, like with my team, is that I created this kind of like quarantine project where we all from our homes made videos of the choreography that we've all done over the 10 years that I've choreographed for shows and for artists. And we made some videos of that and like kind of just kept the hope alive that even though we're like stuck inside the house, we can still like dance and share our souls. So this was kind of the first step. Then as the quarantine continued, we slowly were allowed to go to the studios. But now, like in the dance schools, like we're only allowed a certain capacity. So like depending on the size of the school, like there can be somewhere from 14 to 17 people in the room at a time. Or so the bigger schools, there can be like 35 or 40. So what I'm trying to do in order to keep it going is that I am teaching these classes at the schools and keeping them open to the people that can afford to come and want to come and train and learn. And then I continue to do my like company classes free for my people that are kind of like sitting at home, like waiting for a job, you know, but I want to keep that like love alive. And now that we have the time that we're not working that crazy, we can all be training and continuing to like progress and not sit here and struggle so much emotionally, because it was more emotional than it was physical for us. I felt.
Right. Yeah. Well, because people are used to creating, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And I recently, right before the lockdown happened, I talked with a friend of mine that created an online dance school here. So if we do go into that lockdown situation again, God willing, we don't, I will start to do online classes on that platform. We stay connected through Zoom, but I hadn't really gotten to the point where I was doing classes online yet, because there's something so special about like having that interaction personally, you know, like being in the room and feeling the energy from all the people and getting feedback is something that's so hard to let go of. So I'm trying to find a way to like be okay with that and like, you know, give it through here.
Well,
that's
and a lot
kind
of
the deal.
Aren't, you know, they have taken a little step back to say, okay, you know, am I okay with this? Like, should I even, you know, participate? And, you know, a few of my friends that I've seen online, you know, they've been dancing really for themselves and just sharing it, which I think, you know, is part of that. And then they've kind of slowly come around to like, okay, let me set a schedule. Let me see what my, you know, my, excuse me, my audience wants to see. Like, should I do one time a week, or should I like set an actual class? You know what I mean? So are you leaning toward that, or are you going to wait it out?
Yeah, look, I think it's the future, no matter what. Like, I think the online classes and this way of us connecting through our phones and through technology is definitely the future. So I'm not fighting it. I haven't completely like committed to it yet, but I think that, you know, for me, for my soul, and because dancing is, you know, it's my purpose. I feel like it's what makes me who I am. I will have to probably, and I think I'll definitely commit to probably at least a class a week. I also am pressuring some companies here, some ideas also on
Did I lose you?
Outside of just classes. Oh no, are you
Oh,
there?
there you are.
There you are. Okay. To create new platforms of, you know, because live shows and concerts and tours, which is what we're losing this summer here, like, because now we're not allowed to have concerts with gatherings of large groups of people. So I'm trying to create kind of a digital concert experience. So in a way that we can have a show that we can provide online or through like a service like iTunes, or like, you know, somewhere that you could still experience being in a concert online, but since we can't actually all gather together and experience it live, you know?
You know, do you remember when it was Elton John had kind of like that live cast experience where Backstreet Boys were singing, but they were all in their own, you know, squares, so to speak.
No, I didn't see it. That's brilliant.
Well, it was like concert from home, you know,
Okay.
it was like a fundraiser. And so
Okay.
the one thing that I was like, what happened? Like, did the dancers not want to do like something similar? You know, because I haven't seen anything like that kind of just pop up. What you're talking about kind of, you know, reminds me of that similar situation, and it would be amazing because I think people love to see dancers. And
yes, for sure, for sure.
And it would be great. You know, you have a whole slew of dancers in your company, and you know that you could pull from as far as, you know, wanting to get on there. So that'd be awesome.
We actually did do that with one of our artists that we work with regularly. They were doing like something called the quarantine sessions, where the composer would play a song instrumentally, or not instrumentally, but like with the piano only, and the artist was singing from his home, and we were all in our homes doing the choreography that we would normally do on the stage. And it's actually on my page. It's really cool. Yeah. So it's kind of that concept. Yeah. But I also want to try and, like, when they allow for us to get all together, maybe 10 people, 15 people, whatever, if we get to that lockdown situation again, to just like shoot something that we can then upload and like provide, like, so that it's all in the same location, you know? So like, it's all like a music video experience, but like sold as like a full concert. So this is my brain.
Well, but that's what happens. Artists just don't stop, you know? Like, do you sleep?
Yeah, it's so true. Yeah, I do not. You know, the quarantine was the hardest part for me about quarantine. And that before quarantine, I was working, like I would go right before quarantine, in the winter, I was doing Chicago the Musical in the morning rehearsals, and then I would have X Factor rehearsals in the afternoon, and then I would have the club rehearsals at night. So I would start very early, like 9-10 in the morning, and I would come home like 9-10 at night, and I was so dead that I would just sleep like a baby. But now in quarantine, when I didn't have anything to do all day, I was trying to keep myself busy. I would get to the bed at night and I was just like, you know, it was so hard to sleep. That was the one thing that I had to program and change, is the like ability to kind of just relax and calm myself down mentally. Yeah.
Well, one question that I'm reading, that's why I went like this in the comments.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's Irini. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name, but they have asked.
Probably right. Yeah.
What is how is it? Sorry, let me read it. Can I ask something? What you need to take to be someone as a professional dancer and take a job? So if you want to answer that, I mean,
what is it that you need?
Yeah, what do you need to be a professional dancer to get a job?
For me, a professional dancer has to have star quality, you know, because we can all train. Training is so important. Don't get me wrong. Like, I need a dancer that has training because it not only installs discipline, but when you're working on a show like X Factor, where you create 5 or 6 different styles of choreography for one episode, you know, you need dancers that do everything. You can't hire just a dancer that only does hip hop if there's like 3 or 4 contemporary images. So for me, training is important, A, but B, star quality is like everything. I need a dancer that has a personality, a dancer that's going to perform, a dancer that's going to deliver. You are an accessory to the artist. You're an accessory, but it is also important for you to uplift them and to stand out. You know, you shouldn't blend in. You should take the whole package and push it forward, in my eyes. So these are the 2 things that I look for. You don't have to be the prettiest. You don't have to have the best body. All of that whole, like, you know, mantra that everybody like puts on dancers to be this certain way, it's gone. it's gone. It's for me, it's just about personality and star quality and training, professionalism, you know?
Right,
This
exactly.
as well. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you've been on so many jobs. So you've
Carla,
seen
yes, I've been around the block.
range of professionalism that's out there.
Yeah.
But you're employing people too. So it is about
Yeah.
professionalism because, you know, what is it people say is happy to be here, easy to work with. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
It's so true
Mhm.
that like you, because when you're on these jobs, you spend so many hours with people together that if you're not a person that's part of the team, a team player or supportive or professional or on time or knows their job, somebody else is going to take your position. You know what I mean? Because you don't have a lot of time, and you need people that are going to like go all in and be there to support, because it's a group effort. This is the thing I love about dancing. It's a team project. We all come together to make magic when we create an image, you know.
Exactly.
So this is important. Yeah.
Well, so I know I told you 10 minutes, but I've already taken 17. So I just want you to know how much I'm so thankful to see you again, because I know I see you in Greece and I'm like, can I touch you?
I know. You know, I come to LA once a year. So when I'm there, I was supposed to come in August because I still work at University of Southern California. I come and do the dance team there, and I teach it. I teach at some schools also in California, like Palos Verdes in Long Beach and things like that. Okay. So normally I'm in LA like every August. But this August, I don't know what's going to happen with the traveling.
Yeah.
So, but the next time I'm there, I'm definitely going to come find you so we can catch up.
Yes. It's
been a pleasure.
Permanently? That's the other thing I want to ask.
Ooh, that's a good question. You know, I don't know. I've kind of lived my life like a gypsy. I kind of just go where it takes me. You know, the way I came here was I came for 3 months and I've been here for 10 years. So I don't know. I'm just up for whatever God has planned, or the universe, wherever it may lead me. Yeah.
Well,
so,
I wish you all the best of luck. You have to. I'm
I'm
going to repost this, but I will also
include
your Instagram, and then you're also
the Dance Cartel GR. Thank you. I would love that. I would love it. It was such a pleasure.
Are you going to have auditions? Because I know people are in the comments just talking about dancing. So do you audition for people that you are looking for?
Yeah. So right now, you know, things are slowly starting to pick up here. We have an opening for a show on the following Friday. I have a music video. I shot one yesterday. I have another music video on Monday. So right now I don't have a lot of job opportunities because things are slowly starting again. But I believe if things go well and we don't get locked back up, I will definitely by you know, the winter time, I'll definitely be needing some new members. So I'll post always on my page. Check on the Instagram or check on the Cartel page if you guys are looking for auditions, and always come to class. This is the best way if you can afford it, come. It's the best way for me to see new dancers. I find them in my dance class all the time. So I'm looking for you.
All right. Well, it's nice seeing you. I'll see you later.
Yes. Many kisses. Thank you. Mwah. Bye.